If boldness was a person, it'll be Hunter Biden. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan here today. We got to talk about Hunter Biden suing the IRS because he says, or his legal team says, that they illegally released his tax information. Now, this lawsuit zeroes in on the two whistleblowers who testified before Congress. Now, obviously, you guys who know that they are protected under whistleblower protections. You can't say that they did something wrong. The whistleblowers, they have certain legal protections. That's what their lawyers are saying. But Hunter's lawyers like, nah, not so fast. They don't really have that. If you ask me, this is a really bold move to make. Hunter Biden, the crackhead that we all know, who we all saw on the tape on his laptop, smoking crack, getting high, who allegedly, possibly could have brought cocaine to the White House, potentially, possibly, allegedly. I'm not saying he did do it, but the area they found it in and it being there to begin with, I mean, it's kind of a narrow list, but the way things are going right now in 2023, it might be a bigger list, but that's a different story, and I digress. The whole point is that he is suing the IRS over releasing his information illegally. Now, of course, he's facing a criminal situation right now because of the gun charge. There's a lot going on. You got the federal gun charge because he lied on a background check, allegedly. He was using drugs while possessing a weapon, allegedly. I think there's 2 counts of the drug use and then lying on the background check. Then there's also misdemeanor tax charges going back 2 years where he didn't file. I think it's like $1.2 or $1.6 million in question. Now, if that's you or I with that kind of money, it doesn't matter if you paid it off, but you did pay it off. It doesn't matter. If that's you or I that owe that kind of money and we don't want to pay, we're going straight to the penitentiary, big rocks, little rocks, no questions asked. Now, before I go any further into it, here's a headline. We're going to read the headline and then get to a video. But you see what it says. Hunter Biden sues the IRS over tax disclosures after agent testimony before Congress. I mean, that's bold. Suing whistleblowers has got to be one of the boldest moves I've seen in history. Now, let's go ahead and watch a video over on CNN because I want to see how they're going to spin it. I really want to see how they're going to spin it. I will link to everything I'm talking about right now in the box. If you're on IG, visit the link in the bio, go to the corresponding article on the website. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
New this morning, Hunter Biden is suing the IRS, saying the agency unlawfully disclosed his tax information and failed to protect his private records. This has been filed days after Biden was indicted on a 3-felony gun charge. And we've also learned he also faces a potential tax charge again as well. CNN's Kara Scannell joins me now with the very latest.
It's not tax charge again. The tax charges were part of the original plea deal. But when that plea deal fell apart, everything that was in the plea deal is just kind of out there. So the gun charges are in there. The tax charges are in there. And then he was trying to get immunity for something else that hadn't even come about. I think it's the current investigation, the 10 for the big guy, the laptop, Burisma Holdings, et cetera, so on and so forth. Let's keep on going.
Do we have any sense of why Biden is suing now over this? There was a plea deal involving the money he owed for taxes, but now he's suing the IRS.
Yeah, I mean, this is part of a bolder legal strategy by the Biden defense team, and they're filing this lawsuit against the IRS saying that through their agents, these are the 2 whistleblowers, Gary Shapley and Joseph Ziegler, that they disclosed private information and that the IRS didn't do a good job of safeguarding that information. And what they're alleging here is that the whistleblowers went beyond what is accepted under the statute that protects a whistleblower from going forward. So in their lawsuit, they allege...
Like they went beyond it. So there's like certain limitations. I'm not really aware. I'm not really sure how they went beyond that, but let's keep on going.
These agents' putative whistleblower status cannot and does not shield them from their wrongful conduct in making unauthorized public disclosures that are not permitted by the whistleblower process. In fact, a whistleblower is supposed to uncover government misconduct, not the details of that employee's opinion about the alleged wrongdoing of a private person. So in this lawsuit...
I'm not sure that's how that works. I think whistleblowers can be from the private sector as well. But Hunter Biden is complicated because of who his father is. And he was doing some things on behalf of the government allegedly because there could be a potential FARA violation. So when you fail to register as a foreign agent and you're doing business on behalf of the U.S. government or with the government, that could be a problem right there. And then the whole issue was that the government itself was interfering with the investigation because of who he is. So again, she was right. It's definitely a bold strategy. One that I don't think is going to have any teeth.
They point to a number of public appearances by the whistleblowers and their attorneys, where, including on CNN, where they're talking about their thoughts about this investigation, that Hunter Biden had received favorable treatment. They also specifically talk about what they say Hunter Biden had in his tax returns. That was that he was taking as personal expenses, but marking them as business expenses, including expenses for prostitutes, for sex club memberships, and for hotel rooms for purported drug deals. One of the agents also disclosed in an interview that Hunter Biden owed more than $2.2 million in unpaid taxes. And that is what Hunter Biden's attorneys are saying was the unauthorized disclosure here. Now, I just got comments in from Shapley's attorney, one of those whistleblowers. They're calling this lawsuit a frivolous smear by the Biden family attorneys, and they say that they didn't overstep their boundaries.
That's definitely frivolous because the money that he owed, I mean, look, we all knew that he was facing charges for not paying taxes, for not filing for 2 years. We all knew that. I mean, that was in the plea deal. Like, if he would have pled guilty, then that would have been, I mean, to try and get that going is really crazy. Grasping for straws at best. Grasping for straws, for sure.
In the whistleblower protections, the IRS just got back to me. They're saying that they do not comment on pending litigation. Sarah?
All right, Kara Snell, we know you'll be watching this as this unfolds further. We appreciate you. Let me ask you now a question about Hunter Biden. He has been charged with other things after his case was thrown out, and now he is suing the Internal Revenue Service, alleging that the agents illegally released his tax information and that it failed to really protect his private records. Does he have a case?
Well, under Title 26, Title 26, 6103. It's a geek section. I did this for 11 years. You are protected from disclosure of your returns. However, if there's an investigation or there's a proceeding involving your returns, the DOJ and the IRS can use it to investigate or to put forth a position. I don't know if that case has a lot of merit.
Gene Rossi, I love that you are giving us all literally the itsy bitsy details of the case because you know what the codes are in the law. And obviously you've been.
So there you have it. That's what's going on with Hunter Biden. My man's trying to, I mean, grasping for straws at best, trying to figure out a way to get out of the situation. But I think he's pretty much toast. I saw that Joe, his father, obviously the president of the USA, allegedly 81 million. He said that he was not going to pardon Hunter if he got convicted. Now we're going to see if that's a lie or not, because this is not really looking too good for Hunter. There was a plea deal. It was going to be a sweetheart deal crafted by David Weiss, and now David Weiss is special counsel and is indicting Hunter for the gun charge. Look, the Brady Act, which Joe Biden championed in 1993, states that lying on the background check, that's 10 years max with a $250,000 fine just for that charge right there. And there's 3 charges in the indictment over the gun. Plus you have the tax charges and the current investigation for the laptop. So there's a lot going on here. I think Hunter Biden will go to the penitentiary, big rocks, little rocks. If he doesn't, I would kind of be surprised. You know, at one side of me as I close would not be surprised, but on the other hand, I would be, because there's so much. You got to get him on something. And if he just beats everything, I'll be like, wow, that's crazy. That's totally crazy. Almost as crazy as his lawyers, his legal team trying to sue whistleblowers, or, trying to sue the IRS because you had whistleblowers that came forward and said how much you owe on his taxes. Crazy, crazy, crazy. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? Do you think this legal strategy from Hunter Biden's team is going to work? Do you think that they're going to be able to have any kind of success here? Are they trying to stall? What is the game plan behind what his team is doing? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. I mean, this guy's pretty much desperate, trying to figure out anything he can to just prevent himself from going to the penitentiary or to try and hold things up. Just desperate. The plea deal, they thought they had a slam dunk. They thought it would be over with. No problem. Typical corrupt government, quid pro quo, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours, but that didn't happen. So now it's like, okay, what do we do? We're going to sue whistleblowers. This is what we're going to do. Good luck with that. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.